here. Really helpful for remembering who you're talking to.
Okay, welcome everybody.
Maybe not.
Okay, so Ryan turned the music down, which I guess is our cue to all just get all comfy. And
that means we're starting, Paul. That means we're starting.
That's right.
So, quick introductions. This is Mr. Paul Irving right over here. Paul, tell everyone about yourself.
Okay, so I'm just a dude. I also play trumpet. I've got a band called Zongo All-Stars. I've been playing some reggae trumpet with some guys called One Love Bomb with Eric Cotton, who I've been playing music with for like 39 years now on the Central Coast, all the way back to like before Slow Brew even existed back in the 80s. I run Big Big Slow, which is a local music calendar and a resource. I also am sales director for My 805 Ticks on the, it's a local ticketing platform owned by New Times that maybe you guys have seen or used or have had your events powered by. And I'm just here because Colin invited me to participate in this thing over here, so he's driving it.
I'm trying to. All right, well, my name is Colin Dean. I'm trying to be one of you guys, so I majored in music over at Cal Poly a bunch of years ago. I'm a credentialed music teacher, now retired into like this whole music marketing thing. I run a group called Brass Mash. So I played with Resonation for 20, however many years? How many is that? I don't know. Let's not do the math on that. And I also work with My 805 Ticks, the New Times Media, KCBX. I also work very closely with Live Oak as their marketing lead. And what else do I do? Also, just like I'm a music marketing contractor with a specialty in audio and video. So that may come up from time to time. And so I think probably the big question is, why this meeting, Paul? Why are we doing this?
Okay, that's a great question, Colin. As I look around the room, there's a bunch of people who are already doing this and have plenty more experience than we do. And like, you really don't even need us, a lot of you guys. But we're here today because we have the New Times Music Awards coming up, and this is an opportunity to tell you a little bit about the process, about how it goes, how you can get the most out of the experience, and how you can prepare yourself the best, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, and dispel a couple myths. Yeah, there's been a couple of myths about the
what's your favorite myth?
New Times Music Awards are rigged. I've heard it come a couple times.
Raise your hand if you feel it's rigged.
Oh, a couple hands. Yeah. I heard rumors. I know, everyone's like so curious about what's going on. So, Paul, I have a couple hot takes I'd like to share with everybody. I actually believe that the New Times Music Awards has very little to do with receiving an award and is more how to do with how you interact with it. So I would say attending the New Times Music Awards is 80% as helpful as actually winning an award if you play this right. And that's kind of like what we're talking about today in terms of like a strategy session. We want everyone to have better gigs. I'm going to say it again. I want all of you guys to get better gigs, whatever level that you're at. That whether that means like you could play at a better venue, you get more people there. We're going to be talking about some music business here in a moment. Like, you know, even if kind of coming in from the amateur side of things, it's fine. Like, we're in the music business. It's just the way this works. The NTMA event should help you with your goals, whatever your goals are. And that includes applying as well. If you guys notice that, like, we put together our humble Instagram page. We put every single attendee that sent me stuff, I tried to get it up there. Some of you guys turned it in late. I haven't got to it yet. But I'm but one man. I'm trying to do my best. And then we need to work together to help build up this music community. I've been hearing a lot about, like, music venues are in a rough spot right now. Do you guys know about this? Yeah. Like sometimes Friday and Saturday nights are great for them, and sometimes like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays are brutal for some of these music events. And if we collectively, not only within this room, but our music community in general, could help out with all of the days for all of these music events, I think we're going to find that our venues are going to be more stoked with us. We're going to have more people showing up to shows. Paul can sell more tickets. All those different things.
Okay, so Colin, before you get going on the rest of your meat and potatoes with your presentation, so these guys, like, yeah, they're part of the scene over here. They're not like the music people, but they are the production people. And these guys kick down so hard to support the music community here in San Luis. So who are you guys?
We're the hard kick dinners, right? I mean, come on. No, my name is Ryan Orr. I'm the music director here at Slow Brew. I know a lot of these faces, not all of them, but I appreciate the community we have here and the hard work you guys put into your music. It's always a joy hosting local bands. If we can't do a full local showcase, it's nice pairing them with touring bands. So local music is always welcome here. And Slow Brew is obviously an institution. It's not as close as it was to downtown, but you know, we're doing good things out here. So we appreciate you. And this is my colleague, Rustin Rice, right here. He's been doing sound for 20 years. Give it up for Rustin Ronald Rice, Triple R, baby.
Thank you. Nothing else to say. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so if we're giving out awards, Rustin wins for shortest speech.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Ryan and Rustin, for having us tonight. One more time for the guys at Slow Brew here. We really appreciate you. And then also really appreciate you guys for you know, applying to this whole crazy thing or donating your time, whatever happens to be. If you haven't noticed, like, I ended up taking over the New Times very recently. What was it, back in June? They kind of threw this at me. Something like that.
The awards.
Yeah, and then the New Times Music Awards, not the entire New Times thing. Thank God. I'm out there like printing.
It's taking over San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, man. And so I've been really pushing really hard in the last 3 months to make the New Times Music Awards very artist forward, if that makes sense. And so when I say this isn't about winning, like, I'm like really serious about this. You know, it's great. Like we're gonna have, you know, a couple folks who won. They're gonna get an award on stage, but I want to make sure like this works for everyone. And I'm gonna be making some changes about New Times. So first thing I want to talk about is like really New Times is about attention. Right, is we want to get your name out there. I'm not going to read all of these slides. I actually want to get to the next slide, which is more important to me. This is all about presence and validation and making sure that like this works for you, so that whatever your wants are, either for your first gig or to like level up and play the larger thing, need not worry, Reese. I'm going to send you all these slides in an email. Okay. But I want to give you kind of just like a rundown of where we've been at. We're obviously in late September right now, so we're going to be finalizing winners here in the next few days, and I'll be calling the folks who happen to be, we're going to be award recipients. October, we're going to be doing our Reader's Choice. Okay, Reader's Choice meaning that we're going to post the award recipients' tracks up on our New Times website, and people are going to be able to vote for the people that the readers are going to listen to the tracks and then choose which ones are going to be their choice.
Hey Colin, who gets into the Reader's Choice playlist?
Those are the first, second, and third winners of each category. Does that make sense? So,
yep.
Rock category, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and just so everyone knows, like there was a lot of applicants for each of the categories. You know, I think we had about 50 in the rock category and about 35 in the R&B category. You know, those are our larger categories there. Some of the other categories are more humble, which is fine. We'll talk about that in a second. And so there's been a couple changes that we've made because I think it's really important to make sure that we have some. So changes that we're making this year is, first of all, the youth category has expanded out to 21. I'm hoping to keep that going. We need more youth category applicants, hands down. Okay, and the hope is with the youth category going up to 21 that we can get more college students. The college scene right now is off the hook over at Cal Poly. It's so good. There's so many house parties going on, and like none of them applied. And so that's my goal for 2026, if you guys are, to be honest. We also have the new cover award. We had some great applicants for that one too. Did you guys like that option? A lot of our bands within this area, it's great that a lot of us are doing original music, but I would venture to say maybe even more than half the bands within San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, etc. area are cover bands. What do you think, Paul?
Well, it's interesting because like the entire history of the New Times Music Awards, it's always been original music, which is legit. So why the cover category?
To give more opportunities. There's some fantastic bands out there, and instead of like, taking over another category, let's just have a new category that's called cover. And if you're a cover band and you think you got a killer version of some particular song and you have a recording of it, go ahead and submit it. And we would love to see more musicians represented. That's what this is about.
And that's live or studio cuts?
Live or studio cuts. Yeah. Next one, this is actually, I think, the one I'm most excited about. We have detached the award. Hold up the award, Paul. So we have detached the award from the people who are receiving studio sponsorships.
What does that mean, Colin?
So that means, I know this is going to take a second to understand, but I think you guys are going to like this one. Okay, so we had how many applicants for rock, rock alternative? 50?
50.
Okay, so the top three are going to, our top winner is going to get the nice award. The second and third are going to get a very nice plaque. We'll provide for them a little nice framed picture. And then there are 47 other bands that, they're kind of shrugging their shoulders and looking at their shoes and kicking rocks and feeling bad for themselves. I'm guessing that our studio owners out there, whether Shyama or Damon, are very interested in finding new talent out here throughout the Central Coast. I've recruited 7, possibly even 8 different studios to donate studio time to the New Times Music Awards, and those will very likely not go to the top 3, but go to the 10th rock band, or the 13th best country, Americana, and folk category. And so it equalizes some of the benefits of being able to get free studio time. Do you guys like this change? Yeah. We want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to get the studio time, and that the studio owners can look through what's going on and be like, whoa, we really want to work with this person. They may not have won, but we see a lot of potential. And this is how we want to build the music community. You know what I mean? Based on potential, not based on necessarily who's the best person right now, or whoever the judges happen to choose.
Can we hear just a bit from either Damon or Hunter on what they hope to get out of that experience for studio sponsorship? Are you in? No. Not like we're going to make you rich or famous. But what do you hope would come out of the experience working with artists or a band that may not otherwise have that opportunity? Right on. What about you, Hunter?
Everyone's got their own story to tell, and music is a cool way that we all figured out how to tell it. And so, I want to find somebody that's well-intentioned and hardworking and has a story to tell and
Nice, thank you.
Yeah. So thanks, studio sponsors. Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, so that's kind of the nuts and bolts of our timeline. There's some future changes that we would like to make. The current categories are not fixed in concrete. Okay? I would like to have a jazz category. The reason that there's not, Well, hold on, guys. Don't clap so fast. The reason that there's not a jazz category was that last year there was one submission to the jazz category. Okay? It's kind of hard to have a competition with one submission. You know, like it would be great to have 3 to 10. You know, 50 seems a little heavy. But, you know, 3 to 20 submissions in the jazz category. And that would really help promote that. Okay? And honestly, the metal category, Spanish language category, I would love to have all of these, but it's a matter of getting people to sign up. And that's part of the reason that we're having the meeting today, is I would like to state the intention publicly. We would like to do this, but we just need people to apply. Okay? One thing we're also really considering, this will help with this particular topic here, is we're hoping to open applications to like all year round. So we just don't have like a little window in the summertime when we're all busy as hell during gigs, right? Right. I had a busy summer with gigs. And you know what? All the college students are gone. We would like to open applications to the entire year so it could be part of your album publishing process. You upload it to Spotify and you put it up for the NTMA Music Awards, right, for the next year. Does that sound good? Cool. All right, these are definitely things that we're thinking about. So that was kind of a mediocre clap. What do you guys actually think about that? Cool. All right. So award recipient checklist. I do have papers with this articulated over here. That's over here in front of Scott. If you want to grab one of those papers, I'll also be emailing out all of this information to you guys. Just to make sure. So if I'm going to be giving out phone calls starting this week about who are award recipients. If you could kind of just have your waves and your master files at the ready, that would be great, whether in Google Drive or somewhere, just be kind of thinking in the back of your mind, having those things ready. A list of your band members' names. Here's a hard one, because you're going to have to hear back from your band members, and it's going to take 2 weeks. Getting their t-shirt sizes. Make your best guess. If you have a stage plot or an input list, now would be a good time to have that at the ready. If this is something that is new for you, we have some people that this might be, you know, if you're an award recipient, this might be a big gig for you. This might be the first time you've ever thought about having a stage plot or an input list. That is fine. I have my phone number over on that same paper. I'm happy to walk you guys through that. You can also use ChatGPT to ask what a stage plot and input list is, or look it up on Google. But very, very helpful for elevating yourself as a performer, having these basic documents in place. And again, I'm very happy to walk you through that as well. If you have a logo, if you have a band logo, artist logo, having that at the ready. And then we might have some things about permissions. I'm going to have to look that one up. We're still kind of building the plane as we're flying it, if you know what I mean. So there might be a document of just like, hey, we have permission to print a CD of your music. So I may have you fill that out as well. Again, this checklist is over here in front of Scott, over here on this table. And you guys can pick that up on the way out, and I'll also be emailing this. All right, so I have a few media recommendations. I think these are best practices in general. Paul, how is social media helpful to the modern music artist?
Well, it's kind of helpful because it tells people what's happening.
We want people at our shows. We want people to know that you won the award.
Yes.
Yes. So Rustin was telling me a very funny story, and we should almost have Rustin come up here and tell it, is that last year someone took their music award and they hid it in between the slats. We're not sure which band it is. I'm very sorry if this story is about someone in this room right now and we're embarrassing you, but someone took the award and put it in between the slats, and they didn't find it for 6 months. And Rustin found it and was like, hey, these people won the award. Okay. The award is not going to help your career in any way if you hide it inside of Slow Brew, or if you put it underneath your pillow at home. I don't know, all the different places you could hide things. If you attend the music awards, or if you're an award winner, we want you to let everybody know. And so if you're still kind of building out this sort of stuff, if you're still building out your Facebook and your Instagram and God forbid your TikTok, or your email or your website, like I would recommend, it's late September, the award ceremony is in late November, you have 2 months notice, is what I'm saying. And it's not like, anyone's gonna like really care all that much, but it will help you. How much will it help them if they have all this stuff in place, Paul?
Well, it kind of depends, because if you actually use it, it's very helpful, but I think it's presumptive of us to assume that you all want to tell everybody about your music.
Yes.
How many people do want to grow their music as a business? Is there anybody here that really doesn't care? So you all do. Okay, so you should all do that stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Just wondering.
Yeah, and I think this is more of a warrant, like if you are an award recipient, we want you to make sure you get the most reach that you possibly can. Do you want 50% of the reach? Probably not. Or do you want 100% of the reach? So to be able to put this information out on your website and on your posters and like whatever else is going on, update your bio, like, be able to put all those things on there. I think it's really, really helpful. So if you're still building your personal music profile and you don't have some of these things, like, I would recommend taking a look. And this is not like a comprehensive list. I'm sure there's plenty more. I didn't even put Bands in Town on there, Paul.
Bands in Town's great.
There's so many darned websites and things that it's really hard to keep track of. But I think this is a good start. Would you agree?
I would. Just out of curiosity, is there anybody here whose band has, can you return to that last slide?
Yep, yeah, I got it.
That has Facebook, Instagram, website, maybe other social platforms, email marketing, comprehensive, fully fleshed out EPK. Does anybody have all that stuff?
I do.
Nice. Okay, that's good. It's really tough, because I think a lot of times, I'll promote something and then inevitably I always hear at the end of things, oh man, I wish I heard about that. It's like, okay, well, which rock are you living under? Because we don't know. I mean, some people will only get their news information from Instagram, or maybe they're super tuned into their email, or everybody has all these different things. So you kind of have to do everything if you're going to hit a good bunch of people. Finney.
Just to throw, maybe you guys are doing this, but I could see that if New Times Awards had their own Spotify page, maybe they partner with a local radio station and they say, look, we're going to provide this programming every week for 2 or 3 hours, and you let everybody that applies gets their cut on that time.
We're working on that, sir. That's actually one of the things I'm working on right now.
Make sure you follow your own advice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. And sometimes it's hard to follow this advice because it's a black hole, right? We can't fill up the internet, and so to be able to get all of these things done properly is might as well be a full-time job, which is why all of us are stressed the crap out. But we're trying. Might as well do it badly before you do it well.
You're doing an awesome.
Thank you, sir. All right, a couple things. We got the Reader's Choice Awards poll. That's going to be coming up. That's going to go live on October 2nd, and it's going to close up October 22nd. We're going to be adding a little bit of an annoying thing, which is that you're going to have to verify your email for the Reader's Choice Awards. That's done so we can make sure that real people and not the robots are voting. Kind of annoying.
Somebody just goes and gets 500.
Yes, or one individual is not going in and throwing the results.
Colin, are you doing the Reader's Choice Award by printed submission too? Can I scratch it out and pass it into the office?
This will be online only, my friend. So assuming that everyone has devices out there, which most do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so, what's the strategy on getting people to know about this and to be able to vote for you?
I'm so glad that you asked about this. This is my last point on the slide right here. Is we're going to be doing like a social media blitz about the Reader's Choice Award. It's kind of our first thing that we're going to see from the New Times Music Awards. And so if everyone could push that out, that would really, really, really help out, right? Whether you happen to be on that list or you happen to be an applicant, either one is fine. Anything you do to push this thing out, the more eyeballs that we can get on New Times Music Awards, I think we're going to be able to collectively make this thing a really great thing. It already is a fantastic thing, but we want to make it better. Yeah. Does that sound good, Paul?
Sounds good, Colin.
Yeah. So I'm going to do my best to tag everyone on the social media, so keep an eye on things. All right. Paul, we're running a little further behind than I thought, but I had kind of a final topic that I wanted to talk about. Paul, are we all actually running a business?
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, because we just asked everybody, and they said that nobody was not interested in music as income of any sort.
Yes.
And so, in my estimation, you can play music and you can have all kinds of great music collaboration and do all kinds of activity, but the moment you ask for a penny in return is when you are doing business.
Absolutely. And so the reason I wanted to bring up this topic is sometimes the things that me and Paul are going to talk about with you are like, they cost money. Like, for instance, like we both work at the New Times. The New Times has an office, you know. Okay, there's actually people in the office. This is just a quick picture I took this morning because no one was there yet. But the New Times is our community focus all weekly. Of course, we have Glenn Starkey with the music editorials. If you have gigs, you need to be emailing Glenn Starkey. Do I have a typo up there? I always have like having typos.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Starkey
Okay.
with a K-E-Y.
Is it K-E-Y?
It is.
Dang autocorrect. I undid that autocorrect so many times. We also have our event listings on the New Times as well. You should 100% be taking care of that. Also, if you're interested in running your own events and would like a ticketing platform, you can feel free to reach out to me and Paul, or myself and Paul to discuss that. Just making that one choice has absolutely changed my life in the last 2 years. Paul knows this. You know, like I was in education for a long time. Now I'm full-time as like a musician and a contractor. And just switching over to my 805 Ticks is like a really big deal. It's a ticketing company that's like Eventbrite, but it's run locally and it's tied together with New Times. So it's like everything you do is listed in New Times. And that seems really helpful because I struggle enough to promote my shows.
Yeah, you know, it's we don't have time for this tonight, but I think it deserves a case study for you guys to kind of dig into the Colin Dean brain to see how he's taken Brass Mash from just a regular local band to a significant income machine where he packs people in and he's able to feed his children.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Mostly, my kids are hungry too. They keep on eating it. You know, all that food. Other important orgs I'd like you guys to be aware of course, KCBX calendar, reaching out to Neil, KCBX, we love them. They're going to be KCBX is one of our sponsors of this event, and so I'd love to mention to them. If this is something that you think is great, like getting together and having like a presentation to talk about things, this is something I would be interested in doing in the future, if you guys are interested as well. And I can bring in people like Neil or Marisa or Ryan. We can sit down with Ryan as well and to talk about how like what our various music entities within the Central Coast need and how we can serve you know, folks like you and me who are out there trying to get gigs and trying to get people to shows. You know, so if this is something that you guys like, let me know. Of course, Sue's over at the Crush. She is an AGM, which is American General Media. They run the Crush as well as KZOZ. Am I right on that? They have a bunch of other radio stations.
K-Jug.
Yeah, K-Jug. Great resource to email Sue's with events and so forth. Of course, Big Slow. And if you guys want to be utilizing Paul and myself as resources, our information is on that paper that's over in front of Scott that I keep on mentioning. Thanks, Scott, for being the marker of where the papers are. Papers are right there. Yeah, so I think that kind of concludes our time, Paul. And anything you want to impart on the good folks of San Luis Obispo right now before we close this up?
Well, I would say that Big Slow is somewhat of an underutilized resource. I mean, I do my best to try to get as many events on the platform as I can. There's thousands of events on there going all the way out to like next summer. But I do have 400 to 600 people looking for live music every day on that website.
Is that every day?
Every day.
That's a lot of people actually every day.
Yeah, especially being like a little local thing. To have like 500 people a day looking for music events. There's a button at the top of the site that says submit your event. It's free. Help yourself. I oftentimes will go in and give people a free boost on things that I think are cool. So please feel free to submit your stuff to the site. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and if you guys want some help with your project in terms of like getting the marketing tightened up, you can reach out to Paul or myself. I mentioned we're gonna like kind of pitch you on some things that cost money. Like I also run a video business. Lots of bands need video. It's part of the world. So if that's something you're interested in, you got my number. And I want to thank everyone so much for coming out tonight. I hope this was valuable to you. I hope you got to meet a couple new people, and I hope you guys are looking for some better gigs because we're going to try to get them to you.
Before you close out, you might want to ask the people if they have any questions.
Do you guys have any questions?
Do you use a drone with your video?
Sometimes. Sometimes I hire a drone operator, and I also have a camera on a zip line. I have it in my car if you want to see that. Yes, Mr. Pigeon. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, no, I got your email. Yeah, I'm going to send it out to everybody.
We're just going to